detail, you doing well. Ring the bell, comrade, ring the bell. This time man we bound to break that spell. Ring the bell, comrade, ring the bell. Vincent Chels go give you a ground swell. As to ring the thing, just ring the thing, just ring. There we go. Take away poor Marcus' property, and you wouldn't pay the man the damn money. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. And wickedness. Look at how you're treating beggar beg. You're treating Vincent Chels like they are pigs. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. And wickedness. Why you wasting we tax money so? To pay them all men up on Star Radio. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. And wickedness. Well, there we go. I said, so ring the bell, come and ring the bell. Who ain't going to jail? They're going to another bill. A fish complex in all we are. To catch the folks behind the dry river. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. And wastefulness. You know the airport was to finish years ago. As far as I see, like it's on go slow. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. I never see more mess. And pompousness. But let me go. So ring the bell. Comrade, ring the bell. Who ain't going to jail? They're going to hell. Ring the bell. Comrade, ring the bell. While we catch the tail, you doing well. Ring the bell, comrade, ring the bell. This time, man, we bound to break that bell. Ring the bell, comrade, ring the bell. We planning to give you a ground swell. I said to ring the thing, just ring the thing, just ring. And say you feel she bust before you blink.
So my wife got me this weird new tool for Christmas.
This is an SOS from the St. Lucia. Help! Help! SOS! SOS! Mayday! Mayday!
Special good night to all our viewers here on Caribbean American News Media. The news you report, welcome folks to the platform. Please share. As you come into the program, remember the important thing to do is to share and to like. Please share and like as you join the program. Special good night to you, Mary, Josie, and all the others. Brother Arnold and Brother Gregory. Folks, thank you for coming on. Greetings tonight. Please share the live. We're just trying to get this thing up and running. Yes. Captain the ship sinking. Sinking fast.
We have to beg Joffrey. Labor boys don't share. None of them care. We must vote them out, I declare. Captain, the ship is sinking.
All right, folks, let's get to work. Welcome to the platform. Greetings to you. How was your day, folks? Here's hoping that you had yourself a beautiful, beautiful day, a beautiful weekend. We are here tonight to spend some time together. I mean, it is what it is, but we are here tonight, and so I want to thank you, my beloved brethren, for being here on the platform. Again, you got to share, you got to like, and remember to use the star system and the Buy Me a Book link that is below the platform. You got to show your support there to the program. This is the Buy Me a Coffee link, the Buy Me a Book link. You click on that link and it will help you to support the program for those who want to support the program. And over there on our star system, I believe it is below the platform. But greetings again. Greetings. We are live. For those of you over on YouTube, let me just do an update there. I believe you have the wrong thumbnail. Let me just bear with me, folks. Let me fix something over on that platform. The thumbnail need to be updated. Just give me a minute. But share the live, folks, as we come in. Yes, the thumbnail definitely got to be updated, and that we will do right this time. Yes, we have done it. So those who are logging in will see a new thumbnail on the platform over there, and those of you who are on our Facebook channel, greetings to you. Lawrence here, my do Beth. What can I do without you? Oh, welcome, Veronica and all the others. Welcome, Christina. Welcome. I can't call all the names now. Gajmakaisek. But greetings. Boss lady is back. Boss lady, my boss lady is back. Yes, I missed boss lady. She's over there on our YouTube channel. Yes. She's saying that water is cold. What are you doing in cold water? Are you in Alaska? Yes, boss lady, Gloriana, greetings to you. Yes, those are our brethren over there on our YouTube channel. And I want to thank you, YouTube folks, also, because it was last week, I believe we got over 7,000 of you over on that channel, and so we really appreciate it. And to those of you who on our Facebook, we appreciate every one of you. Sister Marias, greetings to you. All right. Good. Yes. Good night, Harold. Good night to you, Malcolm. Greetings, my friends. So let's get to work, Lydia Francis. Let's get to work, folks. We have some stuff to look into. The lines will be open. We will be taking your calls at any time during the program. Today we saw Mr. Chasney celebrating his birthday. On behalf of Caribbean American News Media, we want to extend also birthday greetings to Mr. Chasney, who is celebrating his birthday today. May God bless you, sir, as you continue to put yourself out there to serve your country, and you have the support of as many as our St. Lucian brethren. All right? Folks, I'm getting some messages coming in. Okay, good. Okay, all right. So we'll look into that. We'll look into that carefully. All right, yes, my friend. So greetings again to Mr. Chastney, Honorable Chastney, opposition leader of St. Lucia, leader of the United Workers' Party. Happy birthday to you, sir. Happy birthday to you. And so we have a person of the day, of the month. Let us go to our person of the month. I might not be able to pronounce her name too kosher, but before we go into our program for the night, let's do these housekeeping here at Caribbean American News Media. And the person of the month, and every month I want you to recommend a person of the month. What you can do is to send a picture of that person, their names. Let us know why you believe that they should be the person of the month. They can be from your community, could be someone who have done something good in the country. Just let us know, and we will add them to our person of the month. Or we will not only have person of the month, we will change it so that we can accommodate as much of our St. Lucian brethren. We know that there are many of you who are doing a lot out there, not being recognized for what your service. And even Ian, I've not heard a lot said about Ian. We too need to recognize his effort in this frontline battle against the wrongs that we see in our society. All right, so we are going to be recognizing people on a whole. So the person of the, are you ready, folks, for the people or person for the month? That is, and the name is, most of you would have seen her on Facebook every morning, praying and speaking and, giving real sound advice. And I am saying to you, friends, this is our person of the month, and it goes to Miss Salette Duprez Camille. Miss Salette Duprez Camille, and she is there in St. Lucia. And why did I choose her as the person of the month? It is because of her inspiration, her encouragement, her daily encouragement. She has some stick-to-itness. She does not start and stop. She continues to advance and to speak positive words to the people of St. Lucia. She has been encouraging, especially those who are depressed, those who are having problems in getting jobs, those who have been victimized, our young people. She speaks to everyone in St. Lucia, and I really want to recognize her. Salette Duprez Camille. Anybody knows her, please give her our regards. Let her know, give her a text and her message. Let her know that she has been chosen as person of the month, and I believe that God has a special calling on her life. We will upload that shortly to our Facebook page, so that persons can see who is Caribbean American News person of the month. Salette Duprez Camille, thank you so much for all that you do. Your words of encouragement. These are the heroes that we miss in our country, in our society. These are the ones who stands out in my mind, not those who in high office and walk around like somebody owes them something. This is a woman that I've been following for a long time, and I have grown to have great respect for her. All of her posting are positive. She's not political. She is right there where she needs to be. She lifts up the kingdom and she speaks at the same time of the issues that impact other citizens in the country. And lately, I heard her in a post speaking about the issue of mental health and how we treat, how we deal with persons who have mental challenges in the society. And she speak of her own personal experience with family members and others in the community who have had that issue. And so I look forward maybe one day to interviewing her, but she is indeed our person of the month, and she's beautiful, and she do deserve this hair from us. All right, let's listen to her for a minute.
I like to be real with you. Now I understand when people say when it rains it pours. People from one to the next. This is not easy. This is the world that we are living in today. And many of you can relate. Some of you have family issues. For example, in my situation, from one to the next. Will I get upset at God? No. We've been unemployed is one thing. But then when you have another side of the spectrum, you're the Christian. Everybody else are not Christians. And you have to be the light in a chaotic world. People, this is not easy. But what keeps me going is my faith in the Lord. This is what keeps Saleh Dupree Camille going. Amidst the chaos, amidst the uncontrollable situation, my God is faithful. And I want to encourage you to do the same. Amidst the chaos, amidst the madness in this world, God is still faithful. And I pray so many of our young men, they walking the streets mentally challenged. Remember when this artist came down, Kess, last year, he declared mental day. I want St. Lucians, I tell them, only God can declare a mental day. And all of y'all were jumping up, yeah, mental day. Only God can declare mental day. And if you look around us now, so many young men, so many people have lost their mind. So many people, you have to be careful what you call upon yourself. You have to be careful what you speak into your life. Do you know what it is when somebody say you are mental? And there is a problem in this society. There are a lot of mentally ill people around the place. People you feel that are natural and they are not. And you cannot just look at somebody and diagnose them. So I wish that there were Christian psychologists around the place to voluntarily offer their services to those individuals. Because one, they will pray with these individuals. These individuals cannot be controlled. They cannot be controlled because the evil forces are driving them to do things, to say things, to react in ways. And not every family is equipped with a trained personnel to deal with that particular family member. I am speaking from my experience, because now I have a situation on my hands. But what to do? You see, it's all about rehabilitation. When people come from prison, they must be rehabilitated. They must be nurtured. They must be counseled. Before someone goes back into society, they must be like in a boot camp whereby they will socialize them again. If we do not do that, St. Lucia will have a lot of mentally challenged individuals. People cannot adapt to coming back into society. So they must be counseled, they must be trained. So I'm encouraging churches, I'm encouraging Christians to pray for those who are mentally challenged in our society. Now I understand. I had to go through all what I went through to plead with St. Lucians to tell them it's not as easy as you think. There are a lot of, they diagnose Saleh. And I'm telling you, when I look around, not even the police can diagnose somebody that is mentally ill. You have to be careful how those individuals get back into society. It's very serious, St. Lucia. It is very, very serious. And my family is not the only family that's dealing with that situation. People you think that are sane, they are not sane. They are capable of doing anything. Right now, my only hope is the Lord. I am praying, and I do not give joke with people that demonstrate those signs. I pray. You do not tackle people that demonstrate those signs. You do not fan the fire. When you see them getting on and saying things, You do not go and confront those individuals. But this is a serious problem in our society. When people come from prison, they must be rehabilitated. The prisons must have enough counselors, psychiatrists, ready to give those people a boot camp. Before they come out, they have to be socialized again before you let them out into society.
And the folks, that is Camille, let me just get the name, Salet Dupree Camille. And I feel what she's saying, it is real. And we'll continue to keep our eye on her so that, she's inspirational. And I'm just moved by her testimonies and the things that she's gone through. Imagine she went to school. She's a qualified accountant, very experienced and honest woman. And she's having problems in getting jobs. I mean, she's a qualified person there. And you have others who are retired and are coming back into the service, robbing her of the opportunity to work. And she's getting older. And the less time she put in the system is the less she get at retirement. And I just want to appeal to those who have already retired. Stay out of, you can advise, you can volunteer your service, but give way so that others, younger people, can get jobs in the society. In all the Caribbean nations, it's a whole bunch of dinosaurs. Some of them are walking on sticks. Some of them need wheelchair accessibility. Some of them you have to pour concrete so that you can make path for them to come out on their sick bed once their government is in power. But it is wrong. How do we build a nation when we allow people to come out of retirement, taking jobs? They have already worked. They have all their monies, their benefits. And you have people who are sitting waiting for the opportunity. And it is not fair. In any nation, in any community, it is not right. Brethren, if you hear the stories of young people who are qualified in the country, the story of people who are qualified and they are sitting there on the sideline, and either because they are outspoken or because they belong to a political party, they're being victimized. They're being, left there, with all their degrees. And it is wrong. And I'm calling on all these government systems in the Caribbean to stop the foolishness. Not because somebody supported you during a campaign that you owe them. They're in retirement that you owe them. You have to pull them out of retirement and give them a job. This woman, Charlotte Camille, I believe that she can contribute much to the development of the nation. She's an honest person based on my assessment of her. Here is an honest person that you can use in the government service or in some business in St. Lucia. She just sits there. We have her sitting there at home. And then she gets to the point sometimes of being depressed, like we saw the last time, that she got very depressed. And then we laughed at her. We call her crazy. She ain't crazy. Do you understand what it is to have responsibilities and then you're being victimized or you can't get a job that you're qualified for? It is time for some of these dinosaurs in the country to go and go on the beach, go and enjoy the beach. Go do some community service. Go to the hospitals and volunteer your service. You have already worked. You are getting money. It is greed. And we should call it out. We should talk about it. Don't be afraid. Both governments have done it. You bring their friends out of retirement and push them into, and you're keeping these young people out there. You're discouraging them. And then you say that they're in violence, they're selling their bodies, and they're on the side streets, all they do is whining naked. You're not engaging them. Look at in Soufriere, a whole set of dinosaurs came out of retirement. Why? Because they're related to government ministers, they're close, whatever you call them, friends of the ruling party. It is not good. It is not right. They are blocking others from gaining the experience in the country. And there's some departments in some sectors in the country, when one person goes on retirement or even vacation, the whole shop closes. Ain't nobody else can do this. You got the hospital. Nobody else can do the technical work. Nobody can do this because the person who's in charge, the real man, he's not there. She's not there. Why don't you have 3 or 4 individuals, well trained, MRI machines and the different techs that you need, medical techs? Why do we have shortage of people in the country when we have people in the country that can do the work? Why? And I feel Miss Charlotte Camille's burden. It is not right. It can never be right in a society. Let's engage our young people. Let's put a system in place where we will never be in a situation where we have to wait until somebody comes back from Martinique or comes back from Jamaica or come back from America in order for you to get services. Let's stop that, friends. It's not helping the country, you see. How can we have a qualified accountant, an experienced, honest woman sitting there languishing? How as a society, how do we sit by and allow these kind of injustices in our nation? You're telling me that there's nowhere that we can get a job for this woman? A qualified accountant who took her time, spent money, went to school so that she can come back and contribute to her nation, sits on the sidelines. Could we not have sent her to Soufre at the foundation to work? Could we not send her somewhere at some agency to work? Can we not find space for her? Can we not? It's nastiness in our society. And we got to call it out as a nation. Sorry. We got to call it out. Folks, I was preaching this weekend, so my voice is a little messed up. I'm sorry, but it is the truth. And folks, I'm opening the little phone lines. I'm opening the lines. You folks can call anytime. I'm going to leave the lines open right now. And then we will go into some other areas that I have here for this discussion. The public prosecutor, special prosecutor is in place. All right. And that is Mr. Robert Innocent, special prosecutor. The government came out today. And so we know now that there is a special prosecutor in the country by the name of Robert Innocent. The government boast of his experience, and we look forward to some cleaning up in the country. The intention, I am sure you would know, the intention is Mr. Chasney. The aim is Mr. Chasney, but I believe Mr. Robert Innocent has integrity and would not allow himself to be played by any government system or played by anyone at all. So we're going to trust that Mr. Robert will follow the crumbs, and the crumbs, I believe, might be right sitting in government still. I always say that if you accuse a prime minister or minister of finance, or you accuse a government minister of bobble, you have a whole set of people behind him that you might have to talk to. Some of those people might still be sitting there, will still be sitting there in government while you focus on the wrong group of people. Yeah? So I look forward to Mr. Robert Innocent getting his stuff together. Mr. Frederick have already said that Mr. Mr. Guy Joseph offer him a bribe, and he have the heavy roller that is going to back him up. He said he will be the first to present his case to the special prosecutor, and therefore, in his assessment, Guy Joseph will be the first victim of the special prosecutor. Friends, it ain't going to happen. I can tell you that. All right? And by the time the man term run out, the Labour Party would have already played their people, wild them up, show them that they fulfill a promise to their supporters, and they put the prosecutor in place, but there was a hiccup, and you know how the story goes, so we could not have done anything. And I know that if the United Workers' Party gets into power, that they will not do like Mr. Pear did with the Healers case, go to the court to ensure that justice is served. But I will tell you this, there's a whole set of justice that must be served in the country, because for too long we have been bamboozled and we have been played with throughout the years. And I hope that the Mr. Prosecutor, you can go way back to when the seabeds were sold. You can go way back, my friends, to St. Jude's Hospital and try to locate our millions of dollars that went into the ash by contractors and specialists over in St. Jude. I hope that you can go after them to find the monies that they were paid to supervise a project that is still a project, that is still an active construction site after, I believe, 14 years. I hope, Mr. Special Prosecutor, that you can find them, the real culprits, those that were engaged by government. And not only those that were engaged by government, Mr. Prosecutor, but you want to go after those who were given the responsibility as government workers to supervise the work. If government officials were given, engineers and other supervisors were given the power to supervise the millions of dollars that were being given to all them specialists, and all you had was salary increase, but no progress in the hospital, and now the government has had to go and prepare new plans, get new plans approved. My question would be, Mr. Prosecutor, where is the money, the original money that we spend for the first set of drawings? So, Mr. Prosecutor, instead of going and send lines and follow the Labour Party looking for crumbs at Mr. Chasney's door and Guy's door, I would say to you, you start looking in-house. That's the best place to start. Clean up your house and then you go outside. Yeah, you know how you women do it. You have to sweep first before you cook. Yeah, you got to sweep first before you cook. So I'm going to ask Mr. Robert Innocent, Special Prosecutor, to clean up the inside and then deal with the outside. And I would suggest to you that St. Jude would be a good place to start digging for gold, because there's a whole set of gold out there. And while you are doing it, Mr. Special Prosecutor, advise the government to enlarge Bodily, and maybe you can give them flat screen TV, but let half of them be held responsible and accountable for what took place at the hospital in Vieux Fort. And don't forget that we had mismanagement under the SLP. Don't forget that they promised us the hospital would be open 100 times. Don't forget, Mr. Special Prosecutor, that they told us, the St. Lucian people, that all they needed was some chemical and it will be all right. But now we find out there is no plan approved. There is no this, there is no that. Listen to me, start with Mr. King. He's there, he know a lot, and then you can go to Kenny Anthony and just make your wrongs, Mr. Prosecutor. You have a whole set of work. Your work will not, 2 years is not enough for your work, sir. Trust me, the United Workers' Party will have to give you at least 2 more years when they get in. So enjoy their seat, enjoy the work, But start at the St. Jude Hospital, and then you can go over to the police. Then you can go all make your wrongs. But start on the inside. All right? No, it is not the special prosecutor is not a political appointee. There's a process. There's a process, and Mr. Robert Innocent is a good man, and we should work with him. We should support him in his work, all right? Let's not jump on him. Many of you don't know him like that. So let us be very careful, friends, in just jumping and saying things. Not because the man is the special prosecutor that the Labour Party wanted. When I say wanted, they said they wanted somebody to look into Bobble. It doesn't mean that Mr. Robert Innocent is a bad guy. He's just a man who applied for a job and got the job. As far as you know, he might even arrest half of the Labour Party people for St. Jude alone. And then the heavy roller might end up in the calaboose for our roads that are killing people. And I hope that St. Lucians will use this opportunity with the special prosecutor to make your reports on the road condition. Those of you who have lost your loved ones on the road, carry your case to him. Well, they will say I don't know what I'm saying, but let me talk. Let me speak. I have a right. This is my court. I am the special prosecutor here on this platform. So, kite mo pale. Map, listen to me. Let me talk. All right? So those of you who lost your loved ones during the walk, during COVID, your family members were among the 400 who died because of the recklessness of a party. Use the public prosecutor. Nothing might happen, but go. Talk to him. Give him work. Yeah? Yeah, a lot of people die on the roads. Your families. A lot of you got your home damaged and nothing. Go to the public prosecutor and file a complaint against the very government. And start with the Minister of Infrastructure. Take Reverend, the SLP just did something good for you all. Use him. Use the public prosecutor, special prosecutor. Use him. I respect Mr. Robert Innocent, and I look forward to his work. Wherever you find Bobble, sir, deal with it. For me, I ain't supporting Bobble from nobody. Yeah? I ain't supporting it, but I know where you will find it, sir. And that's why I'm very confident that you will do your job and you will do it well. The possibility is there that we will hear, close to your term, the end of your term, that you were fired. You know how they do it? They will say, well, he resigned, he left because blah, 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 blah. When you're on to them, anyway, let's get to work then. Yes, he's going to do a good job. Yeah, man, I trust him. Brethren, you would have heard the Prime Minister backing down from the whole idea. The whole idea of the citizenship thing. And I told you all I was at a town hall meeting in Queens with the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. That's when they started some people told me what I'm doing there, I should go out. At a government town hall meeting, mind you. Yeah. That's when the question was asked to him, and I have it recorded. I'm planning to pull it out, by a Adventist guy who I know. Asked him, what are you going to do about people not being born in St. Lucia and becoming Prime Minister? And I saw his reaction, the Prime Minister, and then I was like, uh-oh. It seems like the Prime Minister there's a family member of his who was not born in St. Lucia. And there might be a lot of his comrades who have children who are not born in St. Lucia. So I came to the conclusion that he ain't going to do nothing. He ain't going to do nothing about that. He will not try to restrict a St. Lucian that is born out of the country. He's not going to touch that. That's too hot for him. I know they had talks about it. And the Prime Minister ain't support the talk. And somebody decide to jerk his hand by talking the talk publicly. But I'm telling you, Mr. Prime Minister will never disadvantage his own daughter. Never. You realize Mr. Prime Minister, he's not really coming out hard and say anything much about it. He laughed and he's like, I don't understand. I don't know where that come from. That didn't come from our camp. All the man is saying that whoever said what they say is not an SLP. So question, Black Killer, and this is my analysis. If somebody else want to fix my analysis, it's fine with you. But this is my analysis that the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Mr. Philip J. the Honorable Philip J. will not, will not, and I say it again, will not touch that life pool. Yeah? Yeah, and if he does it, then I'll be the first one to be on this platform kicking up a storm. But too many of them have their children here in the United States and Canada and other countries of the world. And I do not believe, friends, that is going to happen. Let's go to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Mr. Pear, and he's speaking about unity, togetherness, and I know many of you are going to laugh at it because you cannot speak unity and just Sunday past, you had a foreign Prime Minister jabbing our opposition leader. Yes, he was jabbing our opposition leader, and you were clapping and laughing bigly, both you and Musa. Yeah? But today, I got this clip. I don't know where it's from, but you were trying to speak on unity. And I'll remind you later on, Mr. Prime Minister, about some things that you said that I believe caused this great thought divide in the country. Let's listen to the Honorable Pear, Prime Minister of St. Lucia.
Every day, my cabinet and I see the hurtful effects of UWP policies on the citizens of this country. How do you heal a nation traumatized by malicious governance of the former United Workers' Party vindictive?
Okay, so let's just take this carefully because I am a defender of the opposition. And many of you would know by now that I'm a strong defender of the opposition party. So Mr. Pear is saying, how can you heal a land that basically the United Workers' Party have messed up? United Workers' Party alone, a party that was distracted by COVID-19, had enough time to fight COVID-19 and to fight the citizens of St. Lucia and mash up the country to the place where Philip J. Pear got to come and unite the place. Brethren, I do not want you to allow this vindictive administration to throw you off the rail. Whatever you're hearing from this vindictive administration, whatever they're throwing out at the United Workers' Party, it is exactly who they are, what they have done. We saw, brethren, the bitterness, the racism, the nastiness that took place during the last 5 years. We saw it. Not only that, Mr. Prime Minister, in your very cabinet, in your office, in your room, there's a talk show host who goes after everything that moves or breathes, everything that speaks. Once you oppose, he comes out and try to bury you based on what they say. And you hear how the SLP speak when it comes to Thursday night. Budi oswa kai show. Nou ka krase yo. Yeah. And you, Mr. Pez, sits back clapping like you did with the Prime Minister of Grenada. So, how is it the United Workers' Party? And brethren, let's be real. How is it that the United Workers' Party mash up St. Lucia so bad during a pandemic that the Prime Minister don't know how to fix it now? And by the way, congratulations to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. His handlers took our advice to get the Prime Minister a script so that he can read. We said two things: a teleprompter or a script, and he got the script. Okay, so let's listen again. So they're listening to us, and he got his script. Look at him carefully as he reads.
My cabinet and I see the hurtful effects of UWP policies on the citizens of this country. How do you heal a nation traumatized by malicious governance of the former United Workers' Party vindictive administration?
Read on, sir.
I know some of you are asking for reciprocity. An eye for an eye. That's what you ask for. And while I understand your feelings, revenge is not justice. Revenge only makes us just as bad as them.
So, hold a minute. Let's fix that one. So, revenge make the SLP as bad as them. I'm confused. By now you would know that I'm very confused. But as I said, congratulations. He's reading from the script. We asked that because they do not want him to say nothing more now. They don't want him to say anything like this.
I heard this short fella. The sky is falling. I heard this short fella. The sky is falling.
So, you understand what I'm saying, folks? So the script is good. In this script, everything is going to be exactly what they want him to say it. No more memes. We will control that, you know. But let's go back to what he's saying. Brethren, let's brainstorm. And I would like you, the phone lines are open. Brethren, you can call. So Mr. Monell is saying, go into their faces in Soufriere. Go into their faces and tell them they lose. Mr. Monell is asking St. Lucians to aggravate other St. Lucians. Caribbean American News caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, good evening, sir. How do you do?
Not bad at all, you know. Welcome to the platform.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to commend you for doing a great job.
Yes.
Mr. Oliver, let me advise you what you need to do with those clips.
Yeah.
When Mr. Prime Minister is making his statement, always remember to trace back to COVID and to highlight the behavior of the Prime Minister, the behavior of all his men who have now become cabinet ministers, including Mr. Richard Frederick. Play back those tapes. As soon as you play his tape, of unity, and you play the tape of his behavior along his orders during time, especially during COVID time.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate that because these guys tend to think they could pull wool over people's faces by saying things as if to say they are the peacemakers, while really and truly those guys who were the troublemakers had COVID wardens running all around the place, and they never once stood and said to those persons, cooperate with the government.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, they've been silent. In one instance, remember, Mr. Jabatis was complaining about the checkpoint they had by the Bodley Gap. And instead of encouraging or trying to assist in remedying the problem, he was inciting.
Mm-hmm.
How can you have police officers preventing people from moving freely? While he understood very well, it was just to kind of isolate persons in various parts of the island that the disease would not be spread.
Right.
I'm hearing the gentleman today. I am saying, always queue up a tip. When he speaks, because somebody is going to tell him about it. When he speaks about unity, please step to show how he himself encouraged this unity in the country. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Good contribution. And I really believe that the SLP really did a good work on St. Lucian's during the pandemic. I will go to my grave believing that they did badly by St. Lucian's. They confused the St. Lucian people, those who don't really think for themselves. There's a lot of people, believe it, in countries around the world who listen to people in authority because they trust them with whatever they're saying to them, that it makes sense. And so the Labour Party during COVID, and we must speak about COVID at every opportunity, they made the St. Lucian people believe that there were no COVID-19, basically, that it was a propaganda, and the Prime Minister wanted at the time to just put his foot on black people's necks, and he wanted to take away our rights and our liberties, and look what they're doing, and look, they have tourists walking in St. Lucia, and we as blacks are left in our homes. We can't go out. You remember, brothers and sisters, don't you ever forget, because some of you lost your loved ones, you lost your mother, you lost your father, you lost your cousin, you lost your best friends during that period of time. They were very careless during COVID. They did not help. They did not help to protect St. Lucians during that time. They were thirsty for power at the time, and they used every means necessary. They used every means necessary to secure their victory at the polls. Brethren, don't you ever forget. The lines are open, folks. Don't you ever forget the conversations when the government at the time under Mr. Shastay needed support, needed help, when the people of St. Lucia, both SLP and UWPs, wanted the government together with the opposition to come together to help them fight this pandemic. You know what they did? They went even after this. Sharon, what's the name? Cheryl Belrose. She was at the time the chief medical person there in St. Lucia. What do you call her? The CMO? Huh? They went after her when Mr. Shastney and the United Workers' Party tried to prop her up and to let her know how important she, as a woman, as a professional, as a specialist, were to the people of St. Lucia. And they began to praise her, and they started saying the best CMO, and they started giving her the support that she needed, the moral support. Remember what the Labour Party did? They went on and they said, look at what they're praising her, and blah, blah, blah. And they went crazy on the CMO. It was a very bad period. Don't forget, St. Lucians. When the SLP violated every protocol in the country, went on marches, and they were relentless in the streets. They went on the beach to protest Cabot. Jack don't want me to bathe on the beach. Don't you forget St. Lucians. And poor Miss Belmar, she under the weight of COVID-19. That woman could have just collapsed when you look at it. It wasn't anything easy. This was the biggest war that St. Lucia ever fought in their history. Don't you forget. Don't let Mr. Perry, and they put some nice music, give him a script, put some nice music behind it to make you feel that, you know, that he's saying something. Say nothing. Have not even acknowledged their failures during the COVID pandemic. They are blaming the United Workers' Party. Caller, you on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, Brother Garfield, how are you?
Not bad at all. I'm just disgusted by the hypocrisy now. But go ahead, caller.
I know, man.
Yeah, it's killing me.
You have a slight echo on the line, you know.
Okay, yeah, that was me. Go ahead, though.
All right. Yeah, you see, this Labour Party is famous for being, you know, hypocrites. You know, and as long as you pay close attention to what they're saying as to what they're doing, you'll see exactly who they are. I don't want nobody to tell me who the Labour Party is. I have a mind of my own. I think for myself, you know, and as long as you do think for yourself, you can see clearly who the Labour Party is. But at Garfield, people in St. Lucia tend to forget every single election this Labour Party comes into office, or they campaign before they come into office. It's nothing about policies. There's nothing about the country per se. There's no substance. It's always about division, always about fighting, and it's all about the row to create the division for them to get into office. And as soon as they get into office, you know what they do? They start selling off the same patrimony that they claim to love so much when they're in opposition. That's what they tend to sell off. Who sold off Grindberg? Who sold up the seabed, to Grindberg? The Labour Party. That was on the Kenny Anthony-led administration.
Yeah.
Right? You see, now who's selling the pot? Now they may say, oh, the pot is not being sold and whatnot. But Garfield, if you have a kid that is 10 years today, right?
Yeah.
It will a whole generation will go by before that pot could even turn back to the country. That's if it's returned back to the country. You know why I'm saying that? I have a friend that is a Jamaican, and we were having a discussion, and he was telling me about certain things they bring into Jamaica and stuff like that. And if anybody from Jamaica is listening and they can clarify that, please call and clarify it. Because I did Google the thing, and I'll tell you, and you may Google it and share it with the listeners and viewers.
Yeah.
The pots in Jamaica, you know who owns the pot in Jamaica, who runs the pot in Jamaica? A Chinese. The Chinese that run that pot in Jamaica. You know. High fees when you go to clear stuff on that pot. Just recently, my friend's father, you know, he had to take alternative ways of sending barrel to Jamaica and not on that particular, not through that particular port, because things are like just crazy expensive going through that particular port. You understand?
Yeah.
These guys know exactly why they do not want a port to be developed in Viewfort, Brother Garfield. Because they know if they create that monopoly, they can milk as much as they want from this country. You see, these kind of deals, even if present governments were taking those type of deals, it's high time that St. Lucian politicians stay away from these type of deals. It's this very reason why people in St. Lucia are paying high prices in electricity in St. Lucia. It's because of those long-term deals that they made with companies like Lucilec. I remember back in 2001, between 2000 and 2001, when Digicel came into St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Most people there today, they remember. My brother, it was difficult for the average man to own a cell phone in St. Lucia.
That's right.
You understand?
Wireless was the giant.
And I want people to understand that. Understand what I'm saying. You cannot keep fighting against your own self. Any government that is for you, they will make sure they bring enough in your country so that you, the people, have to pick and choose as to which one you want to go. Bring business in the country so you can create more opportunities for people, so things can become cheaper, so the people can spend more, and you, the government, will earn more. Because when the people have the power of spending, then you, as a government, you collect more in revenue. But this government, and I will tell you something. They know exactly what they're doing. This government, the Labour Party, they know if this country has no Maliway, like they call them, they have no use for government when it comes to them. Because, Brother Garfield, what are they doing when they come in? What form of development are they doing? These guys have no purpose, no vision, nothing at all. When a prime minister is given a 16-1 majority, 16-1, and you cannot pinpoint and tell me the development that this particular prime minister, I'm not talking about his entire government, just the prime minister himself, has created in his constituency, my brother, it shows everything about the Labour Party. This Labour Party leading up to the 1997 general election, what did they create in St. Lucia? Chaos. They always find a way to create the chaos among the people. It was the farmers who was used, not Odlum, what's his name? That guy from Mikud side there. I say Odlum. I don't know why I say Odlum.
From Mikud?
Pat Joseph.
Joseph.
Sorry, Pat Joseph.
Pat, yes.
Who was used this time around? You had Christopher Hunt. You had a bunch of people from the media, and also COVID. Oh, and Cabot. So you see the tactics there. They always find ways to create the problem among the people. They know how to divide the people, but never united, always divide.
Yeah, they actually help them sometimes to organize these protests and marches.
But my brother, who created the burning of sheds and cutting down of some farms?
Yeah.
The Labour Party did.
Yeah, our farm was one of them, cut and the shed was burnt.
Now you may want to blame the people that did it and say, but it wasn't the politician that do it. Of course it wasn't the politician that do it.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it.
In a first world country, even if you didn't commit the crime, as long as you assist in that crime that was committed, then you are an accessory to that crime.
Yeah.
And the Labour Party was an accessory to what happened in leading up to the election in 1997.
Yeah.
You see, they will not take the accountability. We have a prime minister today. The man is so wicked, and I can say Philip Japia is wicked.
You reckon?
Because he is. He's wicked. He is wicked. When growing up, I used to play sports, and the limelight at the time used to be Mindu Philippa, Masha.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
I am not saying that we're supposed to have Mindu up running. That's not the point I'm making. However, if we don't have Mindu, we were supposed to be upgraded to something better. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, that's right.
You know,
right.
But when you look at the vision or the lack of vision of the Labour Party, it's not to bring you to a different realm. It's not to bring you to a different era. It's to keep you behind in the days where your parents used to walk from the valley or from Dennery to go to Castries, walk through the woods to go to Castries. This is the era they want people to go back to, because without that, Brother Garfield, there is no labor. Without Malawi, there is no labor. I am telling you that. Without the people that they call the Malawis, there is no Labour Party.
But why do you all call the people Malawi?
I don't know why, but that's their term. That's their term. And if you don't believe me, go back to every single election. The Labour Party campaigns on that. They make sure that they rev up this. They really rev up those people.
Let me ask you while you're here. I know with the GPH deal, we're just hearing stuff there, a lot of rumors, a lot of talk out there that cannot be confirmed at this time. It is rumored that with the deal, Viewfort would not be able to develop their port. The government would not be able to touch Port Viewfort. And again, this is what we're talking about, transparency when it comes to these major deals in the country. I think the port deal should be something where these guys should have been more transparent. They should have gotten the nation involved.
I agree with you.
Because right now, nobody knows what's in the deal. Emma said to us on the television that she met with a group of men, and when she finished with the group of men, she met with one man, had a secret date with him, came out with a deal. She met with another gentleman, had another secret date, came out with another deal, and then Soufre was added to the deal. But nobody's saying to us, here is the deal. This is what we did. St. Lucians don't know. And St. Lucians are happy not knowing. I can tell you that, because if the United Workers' Party were in business right now, we're in government, then you would hear the noise. Then you would hear what you call these guys, the National Trust and all different institutions, churches popping out of the bush, talking about patrimony and our assets, our greatest assets being given away by Alan Chasney. And that's the hypocrisy that exists in the land. And the people will never get nothing done on their behalf because they are so divided politically that they do not see the danger in giving their ports to a foreign company to manage at this time, when I am hearing that SLASPA have the ability to develop their ports, just like in St. Vincent. They have the ability, they have the resources, the money to develop their ports.
Yes, my brother, SLASPA is a billion-dollar, a multi-billion-dollar entity,
Yeah.
SLASPA, you see that. Yes, they are. And you can look it up and you'll see they have a lot of resources at their disposal. But I wanna.
But what was the problem? But the
um,
question is, what was the problem with Slasper?
I will tell you. That's where I'm heading. Let me tell you what happened there. There is a double whammy in that situation with the pots, and I'll tell you where the double whammy is. Slasper cannot come and say anything because before anything was announced, there was a backdoor deal, another secret deal was made, and I'll tell you again. I have no intention to mislead nobody. I want everybody to think for them. Yeah. No, think for yourselves. A minister came out and he stated, not my word, the minister's word, Minister for Housing, Richard Frederick. The man mentioned that he wrote, or not him, sorry, NIC wrote to Slasper pertaining the land at Banans. However, it took so many months, I cannot recall exactly how many months, but a long time, before any response.
Yeah.
Right? He said they made another attempt, and then Slasper responded that they were not interested. Right? However, at first we heard that this land was sold to the daughter of a local businessman.
Yeah.
Then the word came out. It was the daughter of Reno Kajaja.
Yeah.
And we all know who that is. Getting to know that the land was sold under value.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I hope people are listening so they can, again, think for yourselves and come to your own conclusion. After that land was sold, GPH deal, we never saw the understanding of MOU, understanding. What we heard was bits of pieces as to what the deal may be, but we don't know. We don't know for sure because we haven't seen it. It hasn't been released to the public.
No.
Right? Okay. After the fact, let's fast forward to now. What we're hearing now, again, we have no evidence. What we're hearing now, persons that used to be working for Slasper is now employed by that very GPH. Am I right for saying based on the information that we get in, right?
Right. And I think Ernest Hilaire confirmed that in statements he himself made also at a press conference.
I was going to come to that, yes. Because if you didn't deny it, then you telling us that it is true.
Yeah.
Right? The other thing is, we also know that there is a particular, is it the attaché to the, no, not the, I think the spokesperson for the Prime Minister? What's her name? Lisa Joaillier.
No, I think she's the PR for the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Yes, PR. She is also involved in that deal too. She's working for whatever consultant, whatever she is for GPH. Now, follow that line, follow, because as when investigators are investigating, they always try to follow a straight line.
Yeah.
You go as to you follow what information you get in and where it may lead you, right?
That's right.
The other thing is you have individuals. Sorry, before I go there, you can see there is a pattern with the St. Lucia Labour Party as to how they do business. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Before the elections, we had the reporters running everywhere with mics in Shashney face, in all the opposition face, in government face, trying to get information as to how the country is running and what not.
Yep.
Today, we have evidence. Most of those reporters are now working with the government, or whether they're on contract or not, they are part of that government. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a track record that is proven over and over that you're not doing things as per normal, then what does that say about you? Huh? What does that say about you? The same way, my brother, smoke doesn't come out without fire, you know.
That's right.
I will give you another example, and the people that are listening, pay attention. Before Ernest Hilaire was in government, Ernest Hilaire used to be on the board, the cricket board, West Indies cricket board. You remember that?
Yes. And I think
What?
I'm reading that there
If
is
you don't remember, there is a tape out there.
Yes.
If you don't remember, there's a tape out there. I'll try to find it and I'll send it to you so you can play it one of these nights. This gentleman got himself in hot water. Everywhere this man goes, these things tend to follow. Now, I am not saying that the man is a crooked man. That is not my place because he's never been convicted, nor he hasn't been tried, so we can know for sure what he does that is not right. He always gets the pass for some reason. But Michael Holding is on record reading, he was interviewed by an Indian gentleman, an Indian reporter, I think he's a journalist or something.
Yeah.
And Michael Holding, he said that he's willing to release bits and pieces of that report by the auditors. You understand?
Yeah. And we're going to get some of the bits and pieces here at Caribbean American News.
And that would be great. He went to the fact, Jufali passport, ambassador for St. Lucia, another problem with Jufali. Come back, another problem again. Land Rover. You cannot have a certain individual or a certain organization that is always on the wrong side of the law, even if they are not being investigated and being persecuted or prosecuted, sorry. However, it is leading us to believe that they have certain people in St. Lucia, that certain people in government, that everywhere they go, my brother, it's always controversy.
Yeah.
There's always controversy around the name. You know, why is it that these controversies are not surrounding Alan Michael Shastney? But they would call him a white man instead because they don't have no dirt on him. You see what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
The page is too clean, so we'll call him a white man. You understand?
That's right.
That is the Labour Party, Brother Garfield. So when they cannot find something to come against you with that is of substance, they will attack you personally. They will create an uproar and make the people turn against you. And that's what happened with the farmers when they turned against the government of St. Lucia, led by Compton. That's what happened. You see, look at the track record. And the people of St. Lucia keep electing those guys. A bunch of clowns, most of them are clowns. Because those guys cannot represent any other country apart from St. Lucia. Maybe some Caribbean countries, but no first world country. Those guys would not be in politics. Thank you very much, Brother God.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. And folks, I love this caller. He's on point. I just received a number of stuffs for me to upload, but I can't do all at the same time. But I'm going to leave the lines open. The truth is, we as a people, we don't know what's in the port deal. Right now, the gas price, there's some adjustments in the price there, but for cooking gas, but you guys are still paying the same amount for gas to run your vehicles and for the fishermen going to sea. And look, let me just show you this. Do you know who this person is? Read what's in her hands, and this is not Photoshop. It says, a broken promise. I pay more for gas. So my question would be to this former United Workers' Party supporter is, what was the price of gas then? And what is it now? Where is this card? Is this card, did you burn the card? What did you do with the placard? Caller, you on the air, Caribbean American News Media.
Yeah, Dr. Sorry that I have to call back a second time.
No, that's okay.
But I just wanted to note, Gaffney, can you remember that when Mr. King was Prime Minister of St. Lucia, he was literally forced by the St. Lucia Labour Party to get married because they said that a Prime Minister should at least be a married man. Can you remember something to that effect?
Could you repeat that,
yes,
please? It sounds funny.
Mr. King Prime Minister, remember he was not married, but he had this lady.
He had a girlfriend for a while.
And he was
RBTT, I remember.
A girlfriend. And
Royal Bank of Canada, I remember the lady. Yeah.
Yeah. Can remember there was a call by the Central Labour Party for the man to get married.
Yes. Is the Prime Minister
married? So the question I want to ask, what? Well, I don't know. I think he's married to, I'm not sure. But I heard that probably he must have got married to this lady.
Okay.
But what is the marital status of our current Prime Minister? Nobody knows. And I think that the Labour parties are lone to themselves and nobody questions those guys when they do their things. We have a current Prime Minister. We don't know if he's single. We don't know if he's married. We don't know if he's running women. We don't know how many women he has.
Oh, you had to know all that?
If you have... But you can't have a Prime Minister who's... I have no issues with the man's private life. But he was one of the guys calling out for King to get married. And now I heard he has a lady. I'm not sure if it's true. This man apparently has no respect. If he actually has a lady, he has no respect for that woman. A man who is the Prime Minister of St. Lucia who has no respect for women. If he cannot declare what his status is, I think we need to start calling upon this gentleman to declare. If he's gay, say he's gay. If he has persons around the place and that's how he lives his life, people should know. I do not believe this man should be in public life as a Prime Minister of a country. The same standard, the same yardstick he used against Stephen King, I think it should be used against him. And I really do believe that this gentleman it's time that he comes out to declare whether he's left, whether he's right, or if he has somebody, he needs to get married. Because I think we need to put those guys under some serious pressure to live up to the standard that they have set.
Well, as you said, they set the standard, but it seems like they can't deal with their own standards.
These people have no standard. They set no standard. These people just like to antagonize people.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, I heard he's asking for peace.
He's asking for peace.
Look what those gentlemen. Look what this gentleman did to Cabot. And soon after they got into power, Cabot was no longer a threat to them. Cabot was not an issue.
Yeah.
And right now we're seeing that the GPH deal, we do not know anything about it. Do you think Alan Chaste could go into such a deal and St. Lucians know nothing about it and he'll get away with it?
Oh, you would hear the Springers.
I don't know, we need to call these.
You would hear the Springers and all the pundits out there. You would hear them.
Yeah. But thank you for the opportunity to speak. I think, Mr. Oliver, I think you should use your medium to call on to the Prime Minister, or when he comes to America and he has a town hall meeting, while the camera is on, please ask him this question: what is his marital status? Okay. Thank you.
All right. I can't promise the caller because they normally want to throw me out of the town hall meetings. I can't go too close to them. And if I stand up, think about it, friends. If I stand up in a town hall meeting to ask the Prime Minister what's his marital status, do you know what's going to happen to me there? Don't pretend like you all don't know what is going to happen to me in that room, you know. Folks, you don't understand. When you go to a town hall meeting and you stand up and you ask a question and you are a supporter of the opposition party, brethren, you are in trouble. I am not asking you. I have seen it before. Lani Yon Ikwe Liki in charge whole St. Lucie from Isia. Like where moi. Il a fait tout calte signs according to poet. My Jim back on. What you doing here? I heard one said to me, "Oh, leave our meeting, leave our town hall meeting. What you doing here?" And I mean, I remember Bernard Haynes had to tell that woman, stop it. I mean, what are you doing? I remember he intervened when the woman started. So, moi, sweaty Pam, we wise me, yeah, Reverend, I want to live and not die to declare the glory of God. So, mom and ba on Captain American News, I can do it online. You pass after moi, but for me to leave here, go down to Brooklyn, moi même, ça pas à payer pour faire ça. Let's go over to Mr. Pear and something that he said also.
And I always said so in opposition. Labour Party people are too docile. Up to now, you're supposed to be still laughing and flabbo when you can tell them, Zot ped. You lose. That's what you should be telling them. Not feel afraid, but tell them, you lose. We beat you. And when I'm in parliament and you talk, I say, I beat you. I beat you. And I always said so in opposition. Labour Party people are too docile. Up to now, you're supposed to be still laughing and snubbing.
Listen.
Revenge only makes us just as bad as them. Please and tell them, Zot ped. You does not lie in repaying our detractors with hate and divisiveness. Lose. That's what you should be telling them. Not believing to include everyone in the shared progress of our nation. Afraid, but tell them you lose, we beat you. And when I'm in parliament and you talk, I say I beat you. My cabinet and I see the hurtful effects of UWP policies on the citizens of this country. How do you heal a nation traumatized by malicious I beat you of the former United Workers Party vindictive administration? This short fella. And I always said you are asking for responsibility. The sky is falling. Eye for an eye. That's what you ask for. I heard this. And while I understand your feeling, the sky is falling.
Honestly, brethren, I am confused. I am confused with, honestly, brethren, I am not misleading you. I am confused as to what the Prime Minister wants of us. Do you want your people to come in our faces and say we lose? Confrontation, aggravation, all the shuns. I am confused. Do you want them to say this?
I heard this short fella.
The last time I checked, that was not a United Workers Party supporter's voice. Huh? Let me do that again. Who's that, Martin? Martin, what happened? How fair, guys? Listen, Martin, who fair, guys?
This short fella. The sky is falling. Every day, my cabinet and I see the hurtful effects.
Caller, you're on the air. Caribbean American News Media.
That's me again. I forget to mention something
Talk
to you, to your audience too.
Talk to me.
Now, a lot of us may think that the deal is a bad deal for St. Lucia.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's a great deal for GPH.
Yeah.
Because GPH is actually an investment company. It's like they will take your money to invest it to make you money, right? So GPH basically has banks like HSBC, as its investors. You understand? And there are many others, but you can easily look it up online. GPH recently made a deal last year with one of the Canadian local government that's out in Vancouver, BC, and that deal is nowhere close or nowhere near to what we, the St. Lucian people, allow to happen. They made. You can look it up. Also, don't take my word for it.
Okay.
They that's in 2022. They signed an agreement because at the ports in Vancouver, the regular they normally bring in as in tourism is 40,000, right? About 40,000, and they promised the government out there, the local government out there, that they can bring in double that amount, right? Now, what the deal they signed basically is, if you can live up to what you're saying, I'm gonna let you run the ports for 10 years with a possible option of running it for another 10, right?
Yeah.
However, the only thing we can give you is a commission, and that's what they get. They agree to the commission. You see, in a first world country, these guys they don't get those sweetheart deals they get in the third world country, and that's where they make their money, my brother. In the third world countries, that's where they make the money.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yep.
I just had to share that with the people, and people, y'all can go Google GPH. If you look at the net worth, you cannot get the net worth because they are in their investment company. They don't invest for themselves. They invest other people's money.
Oh boy.
That's what they do.
I don't.
You
I
understand?
I don't like those type of.
Go look it up.
Yeah.
Go look it up.
We'll look it up.
And all right.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Thank you, man. You're welcome to call anytime you get some fresh inspiration. But let's go over to a situation here.
Don't touch me. What happened there? What happened there, sir? Don't push me. Don't try. Don't try.
Despite being questioned several times, the individual identified as an officer declined to explain his presence on the site.
I am willing to work with you now, but what is your legitimacy here?
You, as an ex-police officer, asking me these kind of questions.
No, you're telling me you're here?
You are an ex-police officer. You are my commanding officer.
Don't touch me. What happened there?
Now, folks, I got to constantly remind you of these situations. The mobile phone lines are open. Remember, this was during COVID, brethren. Them fellas went there. Nobody have a mask on them. Nobody. Those guys took a boat, went up there, pushed down a barricade and walked. Even the media walked with them on private property. And then for the Prime Minister to make such a statement that the UWP did such a mess in the country that, they're still trying to figure out how they can heal the land. You can heal the land, sir. You can heal the land by coming clean with the GPH deal. You can heal the land by fixing the roads, by taking care of our farmers, by taking care of the elderlies and our young people. Yes, you have the youth economy. It's a good thing. But let's talk about sustainability. Let's talk about our food insecurity. You can start by respecting us, because we are finding out that the whole GPH people, all those who are working with them locally, are from your party. They're either in your government or they're in your party itself. Is that respecting the people? How can you heal the land when you are the greatest divider, sir? How can you heal the land? So you're just giving us lip service. You're just trying to look a certain way because the heat is on you. You're just trying to take care of your image. That's all it is. If you were sincere about healing the land, one, you would have acknowledged your error as the leader of the opposition at the time in the country. Hundreds of people lost their lives. COVID-19 spread in every community in St. Lucia. Super spreaders. That's what you guys were. You were super spreaders. Huh? You want to heal the land? And I'm not going to play this again because some of my people are getting, they're getting a little bent. They're saying, look, they don't want to hear that again. May I remind my St. Lucian people, this is you, Mr. Prime Minister, clunging around in the house, in the people's house, like it's your house. Clunging around, listen.
Big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and a big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. It's a big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and a big story. A big story. I must apologize.
So, Mr. Prime Minister, we don't know which one is you. We don't know which one is you.
Every day, my cabinet and I see the hurtful effects of UWP policies.
So we don't know. I honestly don't know. Sorry about that. I'm having a power failure here. We honestly don't know. But go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
United Workers Party.
Good evening, Brother Garfield. How are you?
Good evening, yes. Hey, welcome, my friend. Sorry about that.
I hope everyone is doing good.
Yes. Sorry about that. I was distracted. I have a loose cord in the studio, and it's just shutting off some part of my system. But go ahead, caller. We're on the air.
Okay. Brother Garfield, you see, with reference to GPH,
yeah,
Global Potholders and the deal with St. Lucia, it's the entire deal. We don't even know what the MOU states, Memorandum of Understanding.
Yeah.
We know parts of it, like your previous caller said. We know parts of it. But one of the things we know for sure, if we look at, there is some information put out about a deal that GPH was trying to sell to Barbados. And Mia Motley said, no way, she's not having it. And that is out there. I need everybody to go look at this. Because if that is the deal that was offered to St. Lucia or something similar, we had a big loss. As SLASPA, or podcast trees, is the largest government income earner, if people understand what I'm saying. SLASPA is worth $2 billion plus dollars. SLASPA does not run at a loss.
No.
SLASPA can manage the port and the finances of the port. Why should we even bring a company in for, my goodness, 30 years to pay us $47 million for two of our ports, Brother Garfield, two, Port Castries and Port Soufriere? Port Castries is the main income earner for St. Lucia in any government department. Soufriere Port earns a lot of money for the Soufriere Foundation so that Soufriere can be looked after. I mean, after all, it's our main, that's where our main touristic sites are.
So, hold on. Let me stick a pin there. So, if the Soufriere Foundation are the ones who manage the port in Soufriere, it means that there would have been discussion with them also.
Well, have there been any discussions with them? That's my question.
Good.
Has there been any discussions with the super? You see, we're talking about GPH, but we're not looking at the big. There is a much bigger picture to this. Port Castries is government main largest, let me put it that way, income earner. SLASPA does not run at a loss. SLASPA is about maybe one of the two government departments that do not run at a loss. So you're going to give up our two main ports that earn monies for two main places, in fact, for St. Lucia, because Soufrière is part of St. Lucia. And you will give that up for a meager $47 million. We can make that $47 million in Port Castries alone in a year or less than a year, in about a year. Why would we do that? Why would that happen in St. Lucia? That is my concern. And then this same people that are bringing St. Lucia to its knees and St. Lucians to their knees, and they, according to them, they have their foot, not their knee, their foot on our neck, would have spoken about friends, family, and foreigners in their last campaign. And this is what you do. You take a pot that makes us so much money, two pots in fact, and you sell it to these people for peanuts, like we say in St. Lucia, at Zombie or Jumby or whatever price is. And you sell it to them for 30 years? Are you okay? Does that government have a problem? Can Pierre work? Is he trying to get rid of everything that needs a little bit of work and maintenance and supervision and stuff? What brings St. Lucia major monies? Are you too lazy to do the work? Then you come with friends, family, and foreigners. And your last caller, I want to reiterate that that's important. Arnold not only works with SLASPA, and I will mention his name. He's a personal friend of Hilaire. Everybody knows Red International. Everybody knows the bands. Everybody knows Arnold and Hilaire like best friends. Everybody knows that this person is going to become a director on GPH. Lisa is a senator. She's also alleged to be the girlfriend of Kenzen Kazime. Now I'm mentioning the names because what I'm saying, there's truth to it. She's also one of the spokespersons for Philip JP and their party. You're going to take Lisa and give her a job. And there are so many other qualified St. Lucians who can hold certain positions that you will take. Just like giving one of the Arnold sons, and I will say it, holding 5 posts and getting a Sheffington scholarship and all of that. 5 posts, 4 or 5 posts, one young man. And you want to talk about friends, family, and foreigners? It's right here in our faces to see it. There are other people that are qualified to do those jobs in St. Lucia, Brother Garfield. St. Lucians, I hope you're paying attention. You want to go that far? And honestly, I really think, and that's me, that we St. Lucians, at that march on the 30th of November, Let's not look at red, yellow, black, or green. Please, people of St. Lucia, please, I'm begging you that it is mandatory that we come out and voice the concerns we have. Because if we don't have one concern, we have another. But Garfield just spoke of the fuel prices. Fuel prices. And before I move on to that, let me stick on GPH. Could you believe a company has our port for 30, and the same thing again, Brother Garfield. That's like a PPP. You're going to have our ports for 30 years. You're investing a megawatt, $50 or $60 million. Okay? I don't know the figure. I'm assuming I've heard certain things, so possibly $50, $60 million in the pot. Something that Slasker can very well handle.
Yeah.
We have contractors on our island that are really good contractors who can do this work for the Garfield.
And that's a fact.
We don't have to bring in any foreign contractors to do anything. We could St. Lucia can handle this work. And we give this port up for 30 years. 2 major ports in St. Lucia. And I will repeat the figure for a meager $67 million. I'm sorry, $47 million. 2 ports there, not one. Not one, 2 ports. For 30 years. And then after the 30 years, what happens? When these people leave, what happens? Are they going to give us new ports again? Are they coming in to fix those ports for them to make money on it and for them to leave St. Lucia broke? People have to realize and recognize what is really going on here, So when they turn their backs and they leave at the end of 30 years or even 40 years, because who knows what the MOU has stated in there. Okay? When they leave, I'm not calling death for anybody, but those politicians we have here in that house of parliament right now will be dead.
Yeah.
The debt is going to be left to our children to pay for it. 1. 2, our children are going to left with broken up pots because the pots will not be newly renovated, will they? Will they? Or are they leaving our kids with broken up pots again? Right? So they have to now go, after they're paying off one set of monies already, or St. Lucia has been robbed of certain monies for a meager investment of a $50 or $60 million. Then that government 30 years from now has to find the money to redo those ports again.
That's
and we
right.
have not benefited anything from it. And this is the same thing that they want to do with Uranora International Airport. Brother Garfield, 3, that will be 3 main entry ports.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
I couldn't stress on this more. And then for these guys to think that 30 years from now, that new ports and new airport is going to be left back in St. Lucia? No. At that time, our children and grandchildren will have to find, that government will have to find the monies to do renovations on those ports again. And at the rate they're going, you see, there's a catch-22 behind that. It's and people, you have to think. You start that trend, Brother Garfield. That trend does not stop, Will these ports and airport ever go back in the hands of St. Lucia?
Well, they said after 40 years, none of us would be around, I'm
Brother
sure.
Garfield, when exactly we are the ones who are fighting this now.
Yeah.
When the children who are born tomorrow and next month and whatever, and they're 40 years, And they have grown as this, knowing this deal. This is a trend that is starting for St. Lucia, where it might very well continue, and St. Lucia will face the consequences of this.
Yeah.
Because where all the monies we were making on our own, it has gone to a foreign company. It has gone to foreigners. And how dare them feel that, oh, they have to come GPH when it makes a deal with St. Lucia, that it must hire SLP people from the SLP camp. Why can't it be normal people on the streets who are working, who are qualified, or who are not employed but are qualified for these jobs? Because we have qualified young people here.
Yes.
That can do those jobs.
Yep.
So I leave St. Lucia to think about that. On that march on the 30th, I don't care who's yellow, red, green, or gold. Well, I care if you're yellow, red, green, or gold. But it does not matter if you're yellow, red, green, or gold, or whatever color you are. You need to come out. I need to touch one or two more quick points, Brother Garfield.
Go ahead, my friend.
St. Lucia is a land of bouillon people. And I say bouillon meaning we are so mixed race. We like one pot called bouillon in St. Lucia, where you have a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So we have black, we have Indian, we've got Spanish, we've got white, we've got Carib, Arawak. We have all kinds. That's right. The mulattoes are really the half black, half white. But we have multiracial people in St. Lucia. That there is no race that you not one of your great grand, some parent may have been of that race or from that country. And you're looking at Alan Chasney today and calling him white man? You got Alan Chasney today and starting a racist. And the only reason why they do that, start that trend, is to move away from current events, to move away from the issues that we are faced with in St. Lucia. So they will start something else that they know that everybody, it's sensational. Everybody, all the flabos, everybody going to be talking about it because they're hitting Alan again. And I'm glad we've stood up to this. Honorable Alan Chasney is not a white man. He's mixed race. He is mixed race. Now, we need not forget about what's going on in St. Lucia at the same time. And these are all the things that we need to march about. We have you mentioned fuel. I was saying that a while ago. Fuel is at $75 or something per barrel on the world market. But he took it down to 16 something. When it was $71.02, he had it at $17 for the Garfield.
Oh, it was 17.
Yeah, yes. He had it 17 something when a gallon of fuel was $17 and some cents. When fuel was $71.02 per barrel on the world market. Now fuel is $75 on the world market. How much are we paying for it? Philip J. Pierre, I hope you're listening.
What's the cost of fuel?
J. Pierre.
In St. Lucia?
Right now?
Right now.
Is just under $17. It's $16 and some cents. I don't even know the cents are because these days I'm not even looking at the cents anymore because it makes no damn sense. If you understand what I'm saying.
The cents make no sense.
No, makes no damn sense.
Oh my God. God.
So now fuel is $75 on the world market per barrel.
You're paying 16.
That's right, Philip J. Pierre.
And it's just not moving. It haven't shifted for the year in St. Lucia. Really,
Philip
except for a few cents.
Philip J. Pierre needs to stop with his nonsense. Where is his best friend? Where is he? What's his name? He's sitting at NIC right now. Where is he?
Oh, the gasman.
That's right.
Gasman getting richer.
Where is he? To come and open his mouth now and speak. Where is he? Boy, we're not hearing him anymore, because he's comfortable and he's making his money. And he's not bothered that fuel per barrel was much higher. It was $130 something per barrel when Alan Chastney's administration was there. But we were paying $13 and some cents for it, right? $13.69 or something for it.
Yeah.
He was out there quarreling and complaining and this and that and the other. But per barrel was $130 something, almost twice what it is now. Right now, we should be paying $12, $11, $10 per gallon of fuel in St. Lucia. But because Philip J. Pierre is such a lazy prime minister, and I call him lazy, that again, he doesn't want to develop our ports. He doesn't want St. Fasper to develop it. That's too much trouble, boy. That's too much headache. Give it to them. Give it to them for $47 million. He also does not even want to make it work for St. Lucia that he's taxing us $4-5 in excess on a gallon of fuel.
So they're trying to fix something that is not broken.
From us. That's right. That is right. Why are we fixing? Thank you very much. Instead of fixing, our pots are not broken, Brother Garfield. Pot castries is not broken. Pot castries just need cosmetics. The system works, everything works for Flasper. All right? We just need the K9 unit and scanners, etc. So drugs and ammunition and stuff, illegal arms does not enter our ports. That's what we need.
But I'm amazed at what Ralph Consav is doing in St. Vincent, because Ralph Consav just pushed back the water and he's building a massive port there in Kingstown all by himself.
Exactly.
Vincenzo's are doing that by themselves.
Philip J. Pierre is lazy. He wants to sit there, look good as a prime minister and not work. And it's time that we open our eyes and we see the laziness that is going on. He is lazy. You have three. You know what kills me, and they're killing me. What irks me about this? We have Kenny Anthony, a past prime minister of 15 years prime minister. How many terms did he spend? 3 terms. 3 terms as prime minister.
I believe so.
We have King, who has been in office in politics from the time he was a young man. He became prime minister, assumed the role of prime minister after Sir John passed. Plus, we have the new Philip Jack Pierre that has been in politics for over 25 years of his life. And you're telling me with 3 minds of your 3, I don't want to say brilliant minds, because that's not even the word.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 prime ministers sitting in a cabinet right now.
Well, 2.
Or in a parliament. Well, 3 prime ministers sitting in a parliament right now.
Because Kenny is
in
not
the
too
government.
much involved.
Kenny is not part of the cabinet, but he's part of the government. So we have 3 prime ministers sitting in government right now, and you will let Pip give our pots to pots secretly to GPH when we could have been doing our pots and we could have been reaping those benefits.
Well, the man told you St. Lucians are too docile.
$$487 million per year would come to us. Because in 10 years would come to us.
Yeah.
No, we're not too docile, Brother Garfield.
That's what the man said, not me.
I I don't think we to do that. I believe that St. Lucians are sitting there waiting for a day for elections. Some of them.
You think so?
Because some of them may not be. Brother Garfield, let me tell you the reasons why people should march. I mean, we're tired of talking about it. So it's actually making me fatigued. The supermarket prices, and not just the supermarket, Brother Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
You hear in supermarket, all goods and services have increased in price,
Yeah.
So we have food, exorbitant prices. We have utilities, exorbitant prices. We have other goods in store. People need other goods and stuff at their home. You need clothes, you need shoes, you need plates to eat from, you need other things at home, bed sheets to sleep on, you need stuff. Exorbitant prices. Our roads, Brother Garfield, are in a total mess. Lazy King sits there and does fat lazy king. Nobody wants to say the word fat. Sorry, he is fat. He is lazy, and I'm sorry that I'm saying that. If Pip can say tall, short, this, that, whatever, the bandy one, if they can say it, I can say fat. I can use the word fat. Fat, lazy king sits there and does absolutely nothing. He did it under the UWP. And he's in SLP now, and he's doing the same thing. Our roads are a mess. Though we're paying $1.50 on every gallon of fuel that we purchase, we're paying $1.50 towards road rehabilitation. Why isn't our roads being rehabilitated after 2 years of the collection of the $150? Can somebody answer that question? They don't have to go and look for the money to fix the roads, Brother Garfield. The money is coming from us, from our pockets, drivers, people who own cars, vans, vehicles, heavy equipment, people who are into construction. $1.50 per gallon is coming off every time I purchase a full tank, 5 gallons of fuel, whatever. $1.50 is going in there. Do you understand? To fix those roads, there is no excuse for our roads being in the mess that it is today. And somebody has to make it clear to St. Lucians, it's not a loan that they have to take. And if they have to take a loan, they have the deposit. They have the deposit already from the $1.50 per gallon that they collecting from us, from so many drivers. You know how many cars we have in St. Lucia? St. Lucia has too many cars. And people are still buying. Okay, so our roads are a mess. Our hospitals are a mess. Our hospitals, and while I'm on the hospital, let me just reiterate something Timothy Mangal said that made complete sense. Pierre borrowed in fact, Pierre received on a loan, via a loan, because he didn't work, he did not go and work for that money, because the Saudi Arabians gave most of the Caribbean islands a loan for anything, so for certain things that they needed to be done in their country. So Pierre did not have, Philip J. Pierre, you didn't have to go and beg no Saudis, and you didn't have to go and work for it. It was offered. All right. $201 million, Brother Garfield. Mm. Timothy said, and he's so right in saying that, they could use 50 or $60 million to complete the ground floor in the new St. Jude's Hospital. Okay, and the 2 buildings that were already that guy and that under the last administration, these buildings were kind of refurbished and made larger, etc., to be part of the new hospital, to serve as part of the hospital. They could finish that and move the people from the nasty, broken up stadium that they call St. Jude's today and move them to the new building where they house safe and they sound with clean environment, etc. And in the balance of that money, you still have 150,000. You still have $150 million left, or 149 million or $140 million left, right?
Yep.
You can refurbish our ports for another 60 with another $60 million. Right? You still have at least $70 million left. What can you do with that $70 million? You can put part of it in refurbishing our roads. Our roads. And you may still have some money left, but at least you've done 3 major things in St. Lucia. You've done medical. You've done our port castries. That brings us billions of dollars. And now you've done the roads. Doesn't that make complete sense? But Philip J. Pierre will open his mouth and say he does not know what the old St. Jude's is going to cost to finish. And he cannot give us a breakdown of what he's going to do with that $201 million that he received from the Saudi Arabians. Philip J. Pierre, we're watching you because we realize it's campaign money. And that's coming from me. That's not coming from UWP. That is not coming from Timothy Mangal, because he didn't say that. But I'm telling you, that's campaign funds and money is to go in your pockets in case you'll lose the election, that you're all good to go. That's where it's going. And people, yes, I may be speculated, but I have very good reason to speculate. So, Brother Garfield, I want St. Lucians to think of roads, food, utilities, what's going on with our ports, that we're losing our major entry ports, that we're not even going to own St. Lucia just now. No buddies coming to St. Lucia. No new developments, proper developments in St. Lucia to create sustainable, long-term sustainable jobs for people. None under Philip J. Pierre. Nothing is happening under these guys. Yes, youth economy and the youth, I love you. I love the youth. But taking a few $1 million and throwing in the pockets of a few youth, a few, because quite a number of them are unemployed and they didn't get no grant or no loan. Okay? A few youth to make yourself look good. That is not going to work. And if our economy is not in a good place, if people are unemployed and they're not earning and the cost of living is so high, nobody has money to go and patronize these new businesses that the youth are opening or starting up. So they are going to fold as well. And that's the harsh reality of what we're talking about going on in St. Lucia.
All right. Yes.
Now, on that note, let me go. Have a good night, Brother Garfield, and good night to everybody else.
Thank you so
I
much.
just want to remind people that you have reason to march on the 30th. Please come out and join the march. People are not asking you to be Flabo or SLP or whatever. You're marching against the ills that you are faced with in St. Lucia, that you know you should not be faced with.
Yes.
All right, Brother Garfield. Thank you, and thank you to everybody.
Blessings,
all right,
folks.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Thank you so much. And so, brethren, next week I want to announce we will be having a special live program so that we can aid the United Workers' Party in mobilizing individuals to go out and protest. Amen. So we will be organizing next week a special program. We'll have some of the leaders on as much as we can get. We're going to have folks coming on, and we're going to get folks involved in this march. You have every reason to go out. Just for information, we are live also on 365 Radio. Live 365 Radio. That's the newest family that we're broadcasting on. at Caribbean American News Media. Again, radio, it is live 365 radio, and we're adding some more platforms to our system. Thank you so much. So next week we will be having, God's willing, a special program. We will have our leaders. We'll try to get our leaders here so that we can show you the many reasons why you need to go out and vote. But folks, I know it's been a long time, and it's good to have you here with us. We're going to allow you to get some rest. Very important. Remember our person of the month, Miss Camille Dupree, Salas Dupree Camille. She is our person, our official person of the month, and we recognize her for her contribution towards the development of the country with her inspiration, her encouraging words on the platform. So that's our person of the month. Those of you who know her, give us some love. Go on Facebook, show us some love. Give us some support. Let her know that we appreciate the work that she is doing online. And she could have been working at GPH. You see what I'm saying? Professional. Miss Camille should have been working there. Yeah, it's too big for her? No. But no, friends and relatives, and you know what I'm talking about, folks. But it is what it is, and so your voices need to be heard. You need to stand up. You need to stand out, St. Lucia. It is enough talk, and many people hide behind us. They hide behind us. We have to do all the talking, take all the mépris, take all the blows, and all they do is just sit back.